Hey guys, so before I get into this video, I want to give a heads up that this drawing will have blood involved, so if anyone does not like that, please just be warned. But so, I realized that I'm like really late on this trend, and it's actually something I wanted to do a long time before the trend actually started, but I was kind of like, it was when I still had the only sharing 30 seconds of art and not actually drawing or talking or anything like that. But so I want to do a video over fears I had as a kid, and nowadays I'm not scared of very many things. Zombies is like my only actual fear, minus a few other things I keep to myself. But I'm like I said, I'm terrified of zombies because it's an irrational fear. I don't know why, I'm scared of them. But so like when I was a kid, I was scared of everything. Like, I swear I was scared of my own freaking shadow. But so, like, when I was little, I was scared of chemicals, rust, dolls, anything. And actually with the chemicals, like, my parents would be like, person, not gonna say my actual name, person, go and clean. And I'd be like, okay. And they're like, use chemicals. I'm like, no, not gonna happen. And so I'd legit just sit there for hours scrubbing at something with soap and water because I would not touch chemicals because I was afraid if I did, I'd fall over and die. Don't know why, I just was. And then there was rust. And I was so scared of rust. If something had rust on it, I would not touch it. So our playground at school, it used to have a rusted out fence. And one time we were playing and I tripped and scratched my arm. And I was like already freaked out enough. And my friend now, but not at the time, went, person, once again, not using my real name, person, you are going to die. You're going to get tetanus and die. And I started bawling. Like, I was bawling my eyes out. And it was so bad. so bad. And so then, like, I was crying because I thought I was going to die. And, like, those are two very reasonable fears, in my opinion. And my dad made me get over that by making me pick up a rusty nail and throw it away. After that, I was fine. Yeah, weird way to get over a fear. But, so, when I was little, I used to have terrifying nightmares. And that's actually a dumb thing. I still have terrifying nightmares. Like, I see the ones I love die, be ripped open. I see their guts. I see everything in my dreams. I suffer sleep paralysis, things like that. But when I was a kid, I wasn't used to these things. Now, it's just something I'm used to. It's not out of the normal, and I'm used to, like, just seeing horrifying, bloody images in my head while I sleep. And I used to wake up bawling every night because I had these horrifying nightmares. And one of them that caused a huge fear for me when I was a kid was my sisters always loved porcelain dolls. And I actually have one in my closet, which stays in my closet because, yeah, I just don't like things watching me sleep. But, so my sister had porcelain dolls, and I had a dream that while I was, like, with her in her room, like, while we still shared a room, I had a dream that her porcelain doll came and touched me, switched bodies with me, and then smashed me, and I was just a wandering spirit watching it destroy my life. And I had that over and over, and I was terrified of that dream, and so I would not go in the vicinity of a doll. I would not touch them. I'd legit tell her dolls every single night, do not touch me, before I went to bed. And I am honestly a hypnophobe, which is I have the fear of being killed in my sleep. I cannot sleep with my back to an empty room unless I have, like, another thing in the bed, like the dog, the cat, something like that. If I have the dog laying with me, I can sleep just fine with my back to an empty room, but if I don't, it's bad. It's so bad. But so then, back to when I was a kid, I was also, for some reason, scared of eyes. Which I know is really weird, as I draw a lot of eyes. Like, I draw a lot of eyes. But it's just, I was so scared of eyes. And I don't know why. Like, if someone would look me in the eyes, I'd freak out. Unless they had, like, a very specific color of eye. Like, unless someone had, like, crystal blue eyes, something like that, I would be terrified for no reason. It's so dumb. It is absolutely dumb that I was so scared of it, but I was. And I eventually got over that. But it's dumb fears. Like, I was so scared as a child. And, oh, actually, so when I was a kid, And I still see this creature in my dreams all the time, yada yada yada. But I had this dream, like I could not sleep with my door opened because I had this dream that this 8-foot tall creature, blood red eyes, eyes bleeding, face covered in blood, long black hair, genderless, pure black, horns covered in blood, 3 razor sharp talons that were covered in blood. Just its face was split into a smile, that its teeth were really long and its tongue would hang out of its mouth. And it would watch me sleep. If I had the door open, it would be in the shadow of the door. If I looked out a window, it would be out the window. And like honestly, because of that, I would not go downstairs at night because there was windows. Because like in my dreams, I'd go downstairs, I'd look out the window, and it was there watching me, trying to get in, and it just scared me. Like I couldn't sleep with my door. Like opened. I had to sleep with it closed, and I couldn't like have a shadow in the room. I couldn't go downstairs at night. Like, even if I had to use the restroom really bad, I'd just lay in bed and hold it because I'd be terrified to get out of bed. And like I said, I still see this creature all the time in my dreams, all the time, yada yada yada. And like people have been like, well, why don't you give it a name? Yeah, I'm never gonna give evil things a name. But like until I was like really, I think until I was about 10, 11-ish, this creature would absolutely terrify me. And eventually, like, I just got over it. And I'm like, well, you're still there, and you're mean, and I don't like you, but whatever. I'm going to sleep peacefully because I do not care. But, like I said, I do not like this thing. It is very mean. But another dream that I'd have, and like this is kind of like scary. All my fears were pretty much caused by dreams. I just realized that. But so, like I'd always have this dream that my family would be turned into wild animals and they'd come and try to kill me. And so there were certain animals I was absolutely terrified of. And actually I had this nightmare about a beaver squirrel. Sounds so dumb, but I woke up bawling my eyes out like usual, stuff like that when I was a kid. And I legit searched for hours to make sure that the beaver squirrel didn't exist, and I found a picture of a prairie dog that said it was a beaver squirrel, and it looked like it in my dream. So I like legit absolutely freaked out at this thing. And my mom comes and she's like, "Who man? Dude, that's a prairie dog. It's not real. Like a beaver squirrel is not real. Don't be afraid of it." But basically in this dream, like I went over to my grandma's to get my hair done for Sunday, and there's this thing under the car. And I'm like, "Okay, what the heck is this?" And then Grandma's like, "Do not let it sting you. It's a beaver squirrel." And so I'm like, "Okay." So I walk out and this thing is just fine, and then I trip. And it just shoots a briar into my foot. I feel this pain, like intense, excruciating pain. And then my dad, he rushes me to like, I'm like making a brief summary because I'm almost out of time. But like, my dad rushes me to this guy that's like the only person on earth that has the antidote. Second I'm injected, the whole world explodes and I wake up bawling. So, yeah, I was terrified of that for the longest time and they still freak me out. So let's make sure those never exist. But honestly, just fears are something that everyone has, and I had a lot of as a kid. I had way too many as a kid. But, so I just really hope that this video was enjoyable for you guys, and, like, I guess not horribly annoying, because I guess I'm a weird person. But, have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.